Hey guys, yeah, already in the trade. I think we're going to take the daily high, 744. Oh, there we go. Okay, boom. It was just a quick trade. We took it out already. Um, we didn't go deeper into the opening range gap, so I thought we were going to go take the high. I guess we're gonna go higher. I just took the high. It was the 15-minute. It was 30th of December, 744 at that STP. It's already taken. Damn it! It's so fast, but it's. I like it. The market is nice and volatile. I could just market order in because I've been trying to. This is the range that I've been trying to get like I think 3 times last week, and every time it did not. I know it's going to take it out now. So this is a gap that needs to be filled. There's an imbalance there, and I've been aiming for this quite a bit. So I mark it, and I think today's the day. Let's see. I can't enter now. I took my trade just now, but I'm already out because it was where was it? Where was that? 30th of December. Where are you? Oh, this was the high that I was aiming for just now because I wasn't sure we're going to go. Well, we're in this wick. Let's see how we're going to react. Hey, Bob. Happy New Year. Hey, Jim. Happy New Year. Yeah, Jerry, I also took that long. I just took it to the high because I thought for a TGIF, this is enough. I was just wanting to see if we could go higher than the 30th of December. But it just spiked all the way through it. So now we're going into this wick. Let's see. So it was a very quick long. We're not going into that opening range gap, right? So it's not doing it. So now we're in that 4-hour wick. Let's see what's going to happen with the. I'm also very careful. I'm still paper trading, by the way. I'm going to go full beast next Monday. I'm just sort of like let the market do its thing. But yeah, you could see here it was sort of not going into the opening range, right? We opened up. We still have quite a bit of range, but this range might be filled when we do the TGIF. So I'm thinking we might go higher. And then once we start going down, this could be the full TIF range. Not the full one, by the way. Hold on, guys. Just 1 second. I need to get rid of that fucking rooster. There we go. So Jerry, what was your logic from the? No, I don't have a. No, I don't want a day off the charts. I want a day on the charts. I love my day on the chart. Oh, my trade. It's sort of like annoying because people who have been watching me last 2 weeks. Remember that this area I targeted every time, and it just stopped every time it stopped here. So again, I'm curious what's going to happen now. But I think we're going to go higher. We have. Let me show you. Where are my calculations now? Yeah, we're going to go. We might even take the weekly high. But let's see, guys. Let's see. Let's wait. Calm. This is exactly the area where I've been stopped twice because I thought it would go up. This was like the opening range gap, the 50% of an old opening range gap. And every time I thought, oh, we might go higher now. And it went exactly to the same point, and then it just rejected. So it was the one of 29th of December. Was it? Okay. 29, 30, 31. Yeah, okay. 29, 30, 31. I think I tried 3 days. And it just went up all the time to 50%. and then it just rejected exactly on this area here. And you see again what it's doing here. So, but let's see if it goes in. I actually don't want, I'm still paper trading. So what I don't have to, I have to get back. So I was looking at, I think I used my 4 o'clock here. I was just below the 4, but I thought, you know what, it's just going to push to it because the behavior was already telling me like, okay, at this moment you're not going to go in right now. You're going to take a high, but I thought it was just going to take this high. Was it 744? No, 744. I had 744. It was about 300. Well, how many points was it? I can look it up. Hold on. Let me look it up. I just did my pre-market prep, so I wasn't really filled. This is not correct. Or why are you not giving it? See, that's why I don't like the paper trade. I always need to 744. Oh, here we go. So 745, and I got in at 686. So 45 points plus 14, about 60 points. So it was a 60 points trade. So I got in at 686. And my limit was 745 and it filled at 751. Okay, well that's good. And my stop loss was, where were my stop loss? $670. So it was a very good trade, right? Yeah, so my stop loss 670. I got in at 691-ish. Or 686. I think I don't know what I did. Sometimes it's not really. So 686. Yeah. So what I did here, once it went over this fair value gap here, I think I just market ordered in here. I put my stop literally below it, below this wick, and then that was 744 was my target. So this was my trade. I was just using the logic of that it was pushing. So this was my trade. I was just watching and watching, and I was like, okay, now you're not going to do that. So this was my trade, 744, 6.5 R. Yeah. So about 60 points. You guys know that I don't take trades under 50 points, right? I try not to, but I'm going to do it. But now listen, we've got a nice breaker. Let's see what we're going to do. I normally don't trade. I tend not to trade before 10 o'clock, but sometimes when things are really, really clear, when it's really like, okay, you know it's going to be a fast move and it's using them, it's sort of like pushing and it's going to use the macro, right? Sometimes I do get in, but you know, it's a paper trade, guys. So I have to put money where my mouth is. If it's a real trade, you know. Let's see if I do it as well. What did you do, Jerry? What was your trade? I know you took a long as well, right? Was it Jerry? Let me just double check. Yeah, you took a quick long. Okay, good. Hey, Jerry. No, we're not done yet. Hey, listen, we're gonna have a night. I think we're gonna push up quite a bit now. I think we're not done yet. Let me just. We did take out the high here. So this is that high that I was talking about, right? Oh, 793. Why am I mistaken with 744? I just don't know what I did. Oh, I know what I did. I looked at the I looked at the 4 hour. I didn't look at the daily. Okay, that was my mistake. Okay. So I took it off at 744, but if I didn't look correctly, you see here, this is the high here, 793. So I robbed myself of 50 points. You see what I did? So this is my mistake that I made here. Yeah, so I looked here. I should have looked, I should have taken this one. But anyway, I don't know why I did that. See, I need more coffee. See, that's why it's good to paper trade before you start. To see, okay, what am I doing? And but now, more important, let's do some calculations. Are we going to get a TGIF now, or are we going to go higher? That's the question, right? Oh, by the way, guys, sorry about this morning. There was now. I wonder if I have this issue sometimes once a week, once a month, every start of the month. That because I notice sometimes I have in the morning that my internet is really really bad and it just goes on off, and now I'm connected to the router, and I've got fiber, so I wonder if it's a once a month thing. It's pretty annoying because I really had to finish the stream. But we had a nice paper. We did a nice read on the market, so it was nice to see that the algo is still working. For people who don't think that the algo is that the algo is changing, it's not going to change. Okay, let's see now. Let's see. What are we going to do? We'll wait for 10 o'clock and we're going to see what the next 4 hour candle is going to do, right? Okay. We don't like it when we enter again in the old end walk, which is large, because that means consolidation. So let's see. We can take. I really, really want to get in another trade and finally get into this range. I've been waiting for this for such a long time now. But I just have to wait a little bit before I enter. What I want to see now, I would prefer to see price going into this wick a little bit and then go back up. But I might miss it because if it's just going to spike up without a wick, it's really hard for me to enter because I need like a manipulation move on the 10 o'clock. If it spikes up, I'm gonna miss the trade, but that's a bit of a bummer then. See, because it just opened and it spikes. I want like I like a wick, but on the other hand, it might be already balanced, to be honest. Let's see. If we go over this wick, I might just enter because I just don't want to miss that trade. Yeah, I just don't want to miss that trade actually because this is my trade that I've been waiting for over a week now. I lost money on this trade, so that's why I want to get in. You understand, right? This area cost me. I made it up on the day, but it still it was an area. I thought, okay, you know what? Thank you for the intel. I know you'll come back to the area. But then again, I don't want to miss that trade. Even though it's a paper trade, guys, it's the same for me. Just my logic and my. It's not about the money because I know that from the 5th of January I'll start getting back into my accounts, and it's like a bust. The opportunities are there, so I don't really mind. But if I see a trade, and especially when I'm waiting for it, I just want to have it. It's just like I want to be like reading the market properly, entering well, having good executions. That makes me happy. If my executions, my stop loss placements is improving. Okay, but then again, I have to accept that sometimes you will have to miss a trade because sometimes the market just moves without you. What am I doing here? Just to be okay with that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I like it. I like it. Let's see. We get a little bit of a move down. Let's see if we can get some movement in. Did you went to the event horizon of 2 analogs? Okay, let's see what you're going to do. You're going to go over that, or are you going to go into this wick here and then go back up? Maybe here, this one here. I don't think. To be honest, I think it's going to go just boom, boom. Let's see. Where are you? Okay. Oh no. Oh, this would be awesome if it does that. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. No, it's okay. I really, 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 really hope it's not when you have 2 large wicks, guys. This then we can expect some chop, right? Actually, I want to take a short from here to here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for a long. This might be perfect. 704. I mean, we hardly had chop today, so it's been actually a really nice day. My goodness. Did we extend? No, you did not, did you? It's a battle. Yeah, let's get down. Let's go down to go up and then go down. So here, I like to see this now. I would love to see it go here to maybe even here. This will be fine. This level. Maybe even, no, I think you will go here, right? Are you going to go to 0.5? That would be nice. 685. Let's see, 685, and then we take it back up. Or are you going to go into the range and give us a TGIF already? Could be. We'll see. Hey Tamir, how are you doing? Yeah, that's smart, Tamir. Just paper trade or just watch. Yeah, that's also good to do, especially last day of the week, new day, first day of the month. And you know, I had the internet issues also, so I'm so happy that I really want to figure out if that's maybe a thing that happens a lot on the first day, because I noticed that I have it a couple of times, and I'm going to note now which day it is, and I wonder if maybe they do some maybe some updates or something. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, because it's not the first time that it happened that my internet goes full. You know, I see like OBS disconnected, connected, OBS, and then I'm like, it's so annoying. And then it just normally just 15 minutes or half an hour, but today it was quite a bit longer. So yeah, I'm gonna try to figure it out. Let's see. I really, really want this area now. So I'm really looking for a long. So let's see if we can retest this area now, and then go higher. Oh, there's a lot of activity outside, so I don't know what is going on. Oh, I think it's the monkey. Can't see them. It's so lush now because of the rain that I can't even see through the trees anymore. I just hear a lot of noise. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Okay, let's see if we can get all the way here. Fire. Yeah, they go nuts. Okay, so it's interesting now, guys, to see this is an old opening range gap, or partially opening range gap. It's been the remaining opening range gap. This is the new one. So now let's see if we are going to get chopped between the two of them, because that happens a lot as well. So if we get chopped, it might get into, because we didn't even go to 25%, right? Here we stopped, and we bounced off an old fair value gap here, and we didn't even make it to 25%. So I wonder if we are going to now use those remaining opening range gap, because this is a really, really tough area, because this already cost me money twice, right? Here last week. I think I was still paper trading though. Oh hell, I'm not shorting at all at the moment. No. Good luck. I hope you're right, but I'm not in a trade. I want to wait how we're gonna react exactly when we tap into this area here. So exactly I want to see how we are going to behave exactly at 9:30 price. 10:10. What's your TP, MJ? Where did you get in? Do you have a good entry? And are you already trailing? Good question. Why most traders avoid Friday trading? I think because Friday can be more challenging, but I think if you watch it a lot and start studying the market, because most of the times Friday it could already have met its weekly objective, right? And it's a lot of consolidation most of the times if it already met its weekly objective. So I find it more challenging too Friday, so I'm also more careful on Fridays, but I don't avoid it because you can still have a lot of good moves. But not all. Some Fridays are really horrible. But also we had a lot of movement already, so I'm also more careful now. Yeah, a lot of people they just wait. They let Monday show the range, and then they trade mainly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they avoid Mondays and Fridays because their statistics tell them that they have the most of their losing trades come, for example, on Friday, which I can understand. So then they just say, okay, I'm going to avoid it just to, have less risk, which makes sense. But for me, it's like there's always opportunity, but you have to be more careful on Friday. And but some days are really, they work really well. And some Fridays are really, for me also, like if I make a scenario, for example, for Friday, and I said that a couple of times, I always make in my pre-market prep. I'm actually doing a pre-market prep now openly, but it's a membership. I always go over. I make scenarios to upside, to the downside, and if it goes sideways. And it's so crazy on Fridays. Every time when I make a scenario, they come up with a new scenario that I did not. I'm like, really? Are you kidding me? So so Fridays is, they always know how to. They manipulate more, and they, yeah. So MJ doing well on his short 610 TP, took a partial. Oh yeah, I think you're good to go there. Let's see, got an order block here, right? Let's see how we're going. We could go into it a little bit, and then we are at 50% here. 50% is also the middle of that order block. So if we go through that, then we're going to go just dump. But that means we're doing the TGIF already, and then it's already, there's not much to do anymore. Then this is the move, which would be, but we'll see. But Friday can always be, yeah, I mean, you have to be very, here you go. If it goes all the way down, this is the TGIF, then we're done. Almost. Let's see. If it fills the gap, again, it did not go up in this range. It's crazy. This 50% here. Let's see what happens here. Now we go, yeah, so, okay. That's it. Okay, I think I might go lower. Let's see. Oh. I really want this to work as a barrier here. Maybe a little bit lower, but here I really wanted to stop. If not, it's the TGIF, and then I don't know. Well, we might go down. Oh, by the way, we might just really dump as well. That's also a possibility, but we'll see. It's only 10:15. It's only 10:15. Let's say this is the range, right? Let's do an OTE. Six two here. Okay, let's see about the 0.5. What time is it? 10:16. Okay. See, it's filling this gap on the daily. I wonder if we're going to go back up now. Are you? See, every scenario that I make on Friday is different, right? It's just, I really thought once we get here, we will go into here because this has been an area. It It's been doing that this is the third time it does it. Let me see if I can show you guys on the higher time frame. So for me, it's like, okay, here I bounced into it, did not go. Here we go, we had a wick, here we had a wick, and here again a wick. Now we have a higher wick here, but we still didn't take out this high here, 820. We have lows here. Yeah, we might just go further down. We might go into this area here now. Let's see. I'm not interested in a short at the moment, though, to be honest. We're gonna go here now, 481. Where is Asia and London? Let's have a look quickly. The highs and the lows. Okay, Asia's here. London low is here. I think you're good, MJ. I think you're good to go to Asia low now. I mean, once we're below 50%, and it's just 75 is here and Asia's here, so I would take it up to 75, just below these lows here, just above the 75% to make sure that you don't get wicked out to the upside. Yes, it's gonna drop now. Nice, well done. See, again, that was 80%. It did not take that out, that level. The level got me 3 times now. Why? Okay, that's it. Okay, we're below 75. We might fill the whole gap now. What a beautiful trade. Wow. Monthly open right over here. dog right over here. So be careful with the last bit. It might not fill the gap fully because we got an end dog right over here. So that's above the 482-ish. Are you still in, MJ? Be careful here. We might get if we're gonna go, we might get a new entry for us who did not take the trade. I think we might take the low at the downside and then maybe continue to the lower side because we've got some PDAs there as well. Let's have a look. Oh shit. I don't think we're going to go back up anymore. I think this gap needs to be filled, so we're going to leave this. I don't think we're going to go higher again. So we might take the low and then go back up at some point, maybe or not. Maybe just going to go down all the way into this wick here. Who knows? So the daily turned from bullish to now we're just a doji right now, right? What do we need? Sell side. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can enter or okay. My MTP Horny, yes. Are you in a short as well? Well done, guys. Well done. It's almost a full opening range gap fill. Beautiful. I have one here. I have one here. Okay. 206. Let's see. I think we're gonna dump. I mean, honestly, it looks like we're gonna dump right now, right? Are we gonna fill all those? I think we're gonna dump to 374 all the way to here. Yeah, yeah. I really don't mind if I missed the trade. I would have hated it if I missed the. I love the opening range gaps, how they work, and for me, it's like okay, it's fascinating to see that we went all the way back up and we just took everything out again, right? So basically, it's just created the range overnight to take it out again. It's sort of fascinating, right? And again, it did not go up here. I can't figure out why. I mean, I understand the. I have to look into that. Okay, so we got the low here. Now, yeah, we're gonna take out the low. Now, for Tamir, he asked a question: Why do people not trade on Fridays? Now, for example, how would you, if you don't have the entry like MJ and Jim? Now, where would you enter right now, right? So on Fridays, it's typical. So when you have a dump like this, you either need to you have a good entry, or else it's just okay. Well, it could just spike up right from here, right, and just until maybe 10, 15, maybe even lunch, not make the move. But also here, where would I enter? We made equal highs. If I enter here, I'm chasing. I'm at the bottom of my opening range gap. I never would enter there because it's most likely going to spike up. And you see also in the end dog. So we have to wait now for those. Yeah, hey, yeah, I was long. I had a long bias, and I thought the short would come later, but I was wrong. But I also don't trust the short from here anymore, right? It's hard now. Um, I would definitely not enter here for a short because we have entered end dog midpoint. We're near a low, so you know what happens. They tend to consolidate just before the new low, right? But it looks like we're going to take out the low right here, and I'm hoping that we might get a long TGIF to the upside at some point. If we take out the low, there is a high probability then, right? So let's see if we can get a nice entry. Remember that ICT also taught us the first. Well, it's normally during the lunch macro, so that's not now. But Let's see what we're going to do. Yeah, I really thought we were going into this area. I really thought, again, this gets me over, because the weekly open is so close. Again, it was just 60 points, and it just doesn't do it. This is the third time. But maybe not. Hey, listen, nothing surprises me. We might just go straight back up into the range and get it now. I don't know. It's crazy price action. We did take out the monthly open, right? Remember, it's the first day of a new year. Let's look at the IPTA. Let's look at the IPTA. Let's look at the daily. See if we have any changes. Oh, there's a lot on my chart. I'm sorry, but I need to get rid of a few things. Okay, I don't need you anymore. Get rid of you. And switch you off. IPTA. Okay, let's have a look at the 20-day IPTA. What do we have? Nice gap here to the, okay, now, oh, this is a nice one here. Partner too. Okay, so you see this area. This is a tricky area right now. Like a consolidation here, consolidation here. We could see this as a breaker, right, on the 4 hour. This is a retest of the breaker. But we already did that, right? We already retested the breaker here and here. Are we doing it again and going back up? Are we going to break? Now, you could see this as a bearish, as a bullish breaker. Do you see a proper bearish breaker here? Not really, right? Fair value gap here. Deeper into it. We reject it here now. This is a 4 hour rejection block now. Did we just create another low here? Hey David, how are you doing? Happy New Year. So if we would go over 593, then I'm coming bullish again. So 593, either we reject at 593, we go down, or we're going to go up, and then if it goes over 593, I'm getting in a long. We might get a V-shaped recovery all the way back up, and then this one maybe might have been the Judas. Listen, it's really weird. It's Friday. I wouldn't be surprised. What was it? Let me just check the weekly again. Yeah, let's say 600. If we go over 600 again, I'm turning bullish. If not, I would love to see we go back up to 5.9-ish here and reject. But if not, we're going to get a V-shaped recovery all the way up, and then we just It's just highly manipulated, I guess. Thank you. It's being Friday. So we went to 1 standard deviation. We rejected, which is normal. It could be. Maybe I should. What is my calculation? Where am I going to calculate it all? It's so complicated. The future bullish breaker here. See that? So it's going to be a beautiful breaker. So 349. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go up. Yeah, I think we're going to go to this area here. 1039. We literally filled the gap to the tick, right? It didn't even stop before. It just, well, the bodies, but literally you could have filled the whole gap. MJ, where did you go? Oh, you're out. Okay, I'm gonna go 450. Yeah, you know, when you have a gap like this, I wouldn't go below. I would use the gap as your TP a little bit, not go lower, because especially when you have a gap like this, it usually tends to bounce. Or most of the time it bounces a little bit before it. If it goes lower, right, it just tends to, and then you have to sit a lot of time. But if you have a trade like that, man, I would be out already and just count my money and be happy, especially on a Friday. What is your model lead time frame? Oh, Jim. I look at all time frames. I do not look at one. It depends on where I see imbalances, and I use all of them. I do not limit myself, but I do. I trade off the 4 hour. My main, especially in New York AM session, is the power of 3 AMD using the 4 hour 10 o'clock candle. That is my. I do that, but I use the 15. I look at the 19 minutes. I have a lot of other screens. I look at other times as well, because it depends on what time frame I see specific imbalances. But I trade sometimes when price action is really like seek and destroy. I look at the 3 minutes, or I go. But sometimes I use the 9 on this screen. But I like price. I mean, price action is good in the sense of now it's a little bit manipulative, but it moves and we have a lot of volatility, so I like that. But so for now, the 1 minute is fine, right? But sometimes I look at the 3 minute here to see some imbalances that are really clear. For example, here now, let's see, we've got some gaps in between these fair value gaps, right? Now you see we already disrespected this one, we respected this one, we disrespected. Do we see any breaker? Not really. So well, I don't have a bar at the moment. Hey Jim, I don't really have a proper bar right now. I'm just thinking we might just have a V-shaped recovery if we start disrespecting all these video rays, because look, we don't have a breaker on any. We don't have any breaker. Either we're going to go. If we go past 600, like I said, then I might get bullish. If we're gonna blast through it, then I'm like, okay, you know what? It's just gonna go back all the way, and then we might finally get the trade that I'm looking for. Because look how bullish it is right now. But if you see like an area like this, listen, this 4 hour right now doesn't tell me shit. To be honest, I cannot really. I really cannot. But maybe this is the manipulation that we're forming, and we go back to the upside. Maybe this is the wick that we're forming. So that's what I'm thinking right now, but I need confirmation. If we are going to reject here again, but if we're going to blast through 600, I'm going to enter, I'm going to just mark it over in, and then I'm going to write it up all the way up to here, because then I know what it's doing. Then I understand the manipulation. Then I know this 4-hour candle. This is the wick. It's forming, and then it's going to go all the way up, and then we get a candle. And this is the manipulation wick that we have been doing. But I need to wait because I'm not seeing it right now. I can frame it both ways now. But my bias can be from the weekly or from the, it depends on what I'm looking at the moment. But I'm higher time frame, technically bullish, right? Because if you look at the higher time frame here, let's look at the daily again. Oh shit, sorry guys. Let's look at the daily on this one. Now, yes, we did go into this fair value gap. Now we could say we're done here. And we went into, okay, the wick went into this one here. Okay, I got you. Okay, so I guess we have balanced out all imbalances, but we could still go higher and take. For me, why I'm so, well, I don't want to say obsessed, but we've got a flat candle here with a large wick. This is like a, I don't know, I think this could be I thought this might be the rejection block that I've been waiting for such a long time. But if you look here, if we go into this one, this might be enough, right, for it to go further down. But let's see if we are staying below 600. This is important, this level here. We need to stay below 600 to stay bearish. If not, I'm turning bullish. If we're gonna blast through it, I'm gonna aim for maybe even here. That's really, it's a lot, but I don't think it's going to do that today. But let's see what it's going to do. If we're going to get a V-shaped recovery. 10:45, that 10:15 macro is going to be in play. Let's see if it's going to be short or long. We're very flexible now. We're going to just, it's either a long or a short. See, it left equals here. It left equals here. This area, I mean, I'm just, I don't understand. I do see it that it already balanced out here, but look here on the 4-hour, we have a wick here. So I'm just not. I don't consider this is not a balanced price range because we have a little gap here, right? Oh, we do not. Do we have a gap here? No, it's overlap. Let's see. Oh. Short again, 595 tried to stop me out. Yeah, I'm also eager to short, but something is telling me not to do it. You know what I don't like, MJ? That we are above 50% of, we're back over 50% of the opening range gap. is sort of like a little bit of a warning sign for me. And I'm still, guys, I just keep on saying, there is something with this area. I keep saying it. Let's see. It really needs to go below 50% very fast. If we spike up above it, above 600, I'm getting long, but I just cannot imagine that we're going to go long in a way. But I also don't trust the short, so I need to stay out. It's Friday. Friday is yes, correct, Casey. It was horrible. It was I put it in the chat, and I think I have to figure out. It happens sometime. I think it's either the first of the month that they either doing updates or something, and it was just. And I kept on getting messages like OBS, disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect. And at some point, I just had to stop the stream. You know, it happened a few times before, but sometimes it's really short, just 15 minutes or half an hour. But this was a long time, and it didn't go back on for I think for a couple of hours. So I was like, oh, I hope it's back on for the afternoon session or AM session. But it's okay now. So I guess it's okay, right? So yeah, it's nothing you can do about it. It's just annoying, and it's fiber, so it should be. Okay, 10:50. Let's see. Let's see how I was going to react in this fair value gap here. Yeah, MJ, that's pretty awesome. You know, you get in, you get out, and you get paid. Okay, I think we're going to go for the low. Let's see. I think now we're going to go for the low because we're in the macro. It's going to run. I'm just going to let it run without me, but we're at the low. The weekly low is right over here. Still don't trust it. But this was a nice retest, right? Using this fair value gap in the 38%. Yeah, MJ, you've been doing well. I mean, you took basically the whole ride. MJ, that's not correct. It's not. It is. If you look at the 1 hour, it's a gap, right? There's nothing there. It's not. People always say when there's one. You guys are looking at the gaps wrong. It is one. It is sell side. The gap is not filled. The gap is still unbalanced. If you're looking at the 1 minute, there is a lot going through. But if you look at the 1 hour, the gap is still unbalanced. If you only sell side, it is not filled. It is filled with only sell side. So it's actually a wrong way of looking at it. If you look at the 1 hour, gap is still not filled. You see that? We still don't have a closure. You need a closure here. But then it's still not balanced. It's only a pass through with. So people say that, and it's wrong because it doesn't mean anything, because it could. If you have sell side through it, you still need buy side. So it could go back up straight away, but then, so it doesn't give you any information. So if you say gap filled, what time frame and with what? You see here on the 1 hour what's happening? It's not filled yet. It's still a wick and it still didn't close. But even though it would close, what do you see? It's not a fill. It's only sell side then. And look, it's already spiking back up, right? So the gap is definitely not. It's not a gap fill, not at all. Now the opening range gap has been opening range. What do we have here? Sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side. Do we have an imbalance on the opening range? Yes, we do. But look here, you can see on the 1 hour. Is it filled? Is this gap filled now, guys? Look at the 1 hour here. Is the gap filled or not at this moment? It's still a gap, right? It's still a gap. There is no gap fill here. Maybe on the lower time frame, yes, but not on the 1 hour. Now we still have the macro to run. Maybe we get sell side through when we take the buy side. Then if you see a closure, then you can say, okay, it's filled with sell side, but you cannot say it before there is a gap closure, before the hourly is closed right now, right? And maybe even on the 15-minute. Okay, there we go. Now we are running. It's about understanding what is it in balance, right? You want to see it in the balance needs to be balanced out, and you need a full closure. And if I'm looking on the 4 or 1 hour or the daily, if you look at the 1 minute, everything is filled. Then it's all balanced, but it's not enough because you have to look at the higher time frames as well. Okay, I think we're going to dump now. We've got here. Okay, let's look at the daily again. We're going to go to this gap here. Now here almost, if we go down, now we have a fully balanced gap here. Are we going to go to 2-4? Yeah, we're going to go all the way here now, 2-4-1. If you're in a short, ooh, just keep it going, guys. Are you still in? I think this gap is in play now. 2-4-3. I'm going to take this one off here. Oh, what was that? I can't remember what that was. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I took it off. Okay, this one is totally disrespected. Let's see what this one is going to bring. The only entry for me was here. Maybe here. I guess I'm not really in the mood to get into a trade. I'm happy that some of you are doing it. MJ, I'm going to 2-5 level 4. Yes. You see, I think you're good to go. I think it's going to fill this little gap here. But I'm looking at this wick here. Let's see how we're going to react. 0.5. Oh, here. Let's see, a 284-ish, and then we have this gap. I think we're going to go fill this gap. This one here, 238, 25175. 25175. Oh, you think lower? Oh, yeah, could be. Could be. This is a dump, right? This is really, yeah. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna change the colors of this one here. Just wanna see. Okay, here we go. I want to take the IPTA off because I just want to see the gap. We know the gap, right? We don't need it. Yeah, Jim, you're very disciplined. That's good. One traded, but was it a winning trade? Did you have you had a good trade, right? You know, looking at this in now hindsight, it's pretty clear, right? This wick went into here, so it bounced out this area here, and then it dumped, and now it's going from external, I guess internal. pretty large move, right? Today, let's see how many points did we move already. How many points, MJ? You've got quite a bit of points because you literally took it from the turtle soup, right? You should have at least 250 points. Maybe I think you have more points today. Nice, nice, nice. You got that short on, yes, correct. Well, let's have a look at gold quickly. Okay, so gold is still, see what happens here with gold, right? Gold doesn't take that whole, this normally happens when I'm done for the day to keep do you have a 150k account or something? To keep the Apex consistency rules. Well, congratulations, you had an awesome day and you saw it and you took it with conviction. Well done. See what happens, what I was thinking with also with NQ, sometimes it doesn't really fill the gap, right? It just stays hard. And because we also had like the daily open, or we had some levels there at the bottom, but it just went through it like a knife through hot butter, right? And yeah, I'm married to that bias, to that long, but looking at it in hindsight, look, this is pretty clear, right? This week going into here is an immediate rebalance on the daily, on the effing daily. There's an immediate rebalance here, and it goes down. So, I mean, there shouldn't have been any doubt for sure. This was the silver bullet, right here, up into this fair value gap. It was weak, and especially when the macro started here. Macro started 1047, 1048 can already be start of the macro. When you see here, we retested the 0.38. We didn't go even to 0.5. We retested this fair value gap that I use, which is a very strong, you know, you can really rely on them, and we didn't go above it anymore, and then it starts going down. And then again, this would have been other confirmation, you know. We activated the breaker, and then again another push into this fair value gap 1055, which is in a macro, and then, you know, should have taken it down. But I don't know, sometimes you're just not on the ball. And that's okay. I'm just happy that you guys are, or a few of you. Cannot always have your best days, right? Okay, this can go. So now let's go to the weekly. Now let's see. Let's see if we can find some logic. The weekly candle, we extended. Now, I wonder if we can go into this range here, to this wick. Now, what do we have in this wick? 221, 2904, 221, 904. I have a remaining open range gap here, and I have got one here. But this is really, really low. Hey, MJ, have a good day. Yeah, we'll watch where it goes. I think the gap is more important, that fill of that little gap, and but now we're at the midpoint of this wick. Let's see if we can get lower, and if not, it's a 4-hour doing. Yeah, that 4-hour inversion is exactly in that gap as well. So that's a good area. And let's see, we have this here, 125. Let's see a frame trade. I mean, it should be possible to frame a trade. It should be possible at some point. We'll get it. You see the 1 hour, it just gone all the way. So we took the low here. Now these are the new weekly ranges. So if we get a TGIF, we want price to go back into the range, right? But the question is, are we going to go lower, or are we going to go back into? I think we're going to go much lower now, right? 0.5, one is here. 1.25 is here. Let's see. We'll watch. There were good entries, but I mean, actually there were good entries. MJ had them, but also afterwards with Silver Bullet and just in macros and stuff like that. There were good opportunities for this short. It's so weird that sometimes, in the morning I had like really, I mean, the internet was bad, but there was a really nice, that long. And sometimes you just feel it and you just, oh, I like this one, by the way. Here, look here. There's a little gap here. And sometimes you just, I don't know, maybe it's the end of the week. Did anyone else take that short? Besides MJ? But in all honesty, you just don't expect, like, if you have like a move like this, so you have a new end walk, right? No, it's an end walk, by the way, because we had it was a Thursday to Friday, right? Or Wednesday to Friday. Then they create all this, they go up, right? They take the footage and then they bring it in 1 hour candle all the way down. That's bizarre. I mean, it's really. And every time they're so close to that high, to that level, that caught me now off guard 3 times. Oh, it goes again. Okay, I guess. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use the wick. Let's use ICT. Come on, focus, Iris. Focus. I'm going to use wick logic. Let me show you guys. And I'm going to trade off that wicks. Okay, let's go. What time is it? 11:12. Okay, I'm using this wick here. Premium discount. We are below 50%. That means weakness. So we're going to go lower. We're going to go into this gap now. 241. We've got 50 more points to go. Go back to the 1 hour. Here. Okay, we're tapping into the. Let's see. What time is it? 11:12. Ajay, I'm aiming currently from 25,535. 25,535. Well done. 25. Ooh, exactly from this level. Beautiful. Yeah, so I think also for those who waited for this to be activated, either here and then the market order just in, or did you have any? Yeah, so I was just wondering if that's your level that you got in. I was wondering if you just market ordered in, if you just got a little bit FOMO. If I might be honest, this area is a bit of a FOMO area to me because you don't have confirmation. Oh, yeah, actually you do have confirmation, but then you would have been in here already at 590 or a little bit here. But 535, because this could have been a rejection, like an order block where it could reject it off, right? But it went, so you're halfway in. So you exactly got in where we could have rejected. So either I would have waited a little bit lower, because then you have a confirmation of this. Then it broke through here. It was either here. I think MJ got somewhere in here, and just when it started going down. And this would have been for me an area of a little bit that where I would be a little bit careful. So, but hey, Ajay, I'm going to say it again. If you don't know where you actually don't know where to get out, you shouldn't actually be in it. You need to have your TP set before you enter a trade. So, you really need to get out, because now, exactly, because what's going to happen most likely, because we're going to work towards the lunch macro. Most likely we're going to have a nice move to the upside right now for a while. Until at least 11, 12, 10-ish, because most likely what does the lunch macro do? The lunch macro goes and take out the high or the low that has been created after 10 o'clock. So we might go all the way back up here, because you see we created equals almost here. I wouldn't be surprised if we go all the way up here, or maybe even all the way up here. Look at this 1 hour candle. It's a large one. So, but hey, it's really not good. And I really want to say that to everyone. You should not enter any trade. You should only enter a trade when you have your TP and your stop loss set. Otherwise, you're just gambling. And I could tell, if you tell me here that you're in at 535, that is an area that I think, that sounds to me like a FOMO entry, because if you knew what you were doing, you would have entered here or here, because then you've waited a little bit for confirmation of this, call it a breaker, and then you have here your silver bullet, right? Another silver bullet. Or this would have been your retest, or you would have known your OTE levels, and you've seen the retest and the retest of a fair value gap. Now this fair value gap you might not know, because you don't know that. That's just one of mine that I use. But the 535 is a little bit of a FOMO entry. And you've been lucky, because we could have rejected here, right? Because it could have been an order block, a bullish one. So. But look what we've been doing. So now here, I might get into a long now. I'm going to go to the 3 minute and 5 minute. Let me see. It's going to be short. It's just a short. No, I'm not going to go in. No, I don't like it. I'm not going to do it, because I don't see structure on the 5 minute. I'm not going to do it. See, again here we're retesting the same old similar fair value gap that I noted. You can't even get over it. I think we're going to go into this gap here. Let's see. But the problem now is you don't know when it's going to spike up, right? We don't know. We got this large one. This is a huge 1 hour candle. I mean, I did not expect this one to happen. I did not. This is look at this candle. This is a 420 point candle. And we got two people that got the trade almost. I mean, they had to get out because of the consistency rule, but I'm sure MJ would have gotten the whole run down almost if he didn't have any consistency rule too. I was short first from 6 to 8. Okay, well done. Well, you got a good day. Don't give it back. Don't give it back. Be happy. But I just want you to get to a point that you know when you enter, that you know where that you have a model, like, okay, what am I trading? That you have logic behind your move, and you have your TP already set before you enter the trade. And then if it's incorrect, it's incorrect, but it's okay if you get stopped out. But then you learn from it. You can journal it, but if you don't really know where to get out, you just don't really know where liquidity is. You don't know what to look for, and that's okay. That's not a problem, and I really appreciate your honesty, but you need to figure out before you get in. Okay, where's the draw on liquidity? Where's an imbalance where it might draw into, or did we take? Are we going from internal liquidity to external liquidity? What has the market done so far, right? Now, for me, sometimes it's really weird. It's for me two different things: to do analysis and to execute. Sometimes my analysis is good, but I cannot execute. Today, I just cannot get in. I don't know. I just don't feel. I know it's just weird, but I just don't feel like entering, even though I can see now what's happening. But I know I'm too late already, and I still don't feel like okay. I know what the draw on liquidity is, but do I want to enter now? No, because I really want my clear structure, and I should have been in here or, somewhere actually even higher. But you need to know, you need like, yeah, but it's only one micro, but you're teaching yourself the wrong lessons. And at some point you might scale up because you think you're doing well, but you still, let's start. Let's just try. If you enter a trade, and if you want to share, feel free to share. Hey, listen, I want to enter a trade, and this is my model. This is my TP. What do you think about it? And we can help. But I really want you to get to a point that you enter on a trade with a TP and your stop loss, and you do not change it. You do not move your stop. Well, you can trill. Yes, you can trill, but you need to have your TP set so you know what your trade is. Otherwise, you don't know your R2R. How are you going to be profitable if you never know your R2R before you enter a trade? You really need to know your R2R, because then you can have your win rate. Doesn't mean anything if you don't know your R2R. These two needs to go together, and then you can improve your execution. But if you don't know that, you are just going to, it's literally just gambling. And you might be lucky a few times if you have a distribution move like today, but if not, you're going to give back a lot of your money all the time. And as well, like you said, you trail it, but it might just, wake back up to you because of the time. So, and just because it's one micro, it should not be the reason. You should have a good R2R, especially with just one micro. Well, if your TP is 180, then why did you just say I don't know where to get out? You get out at 180, right? But on what is it based? Did you just base it? Is it your standard? Is that how you just put your stand? I'm just being honest with you. I used to move my stop, so I'm not being judgmental, but I just want you to really, because I think you said at one time before that you didn't know where to get out. But I really want people to study to get a model that you know when to get in, and not you can have your standard set like that, 60 and 180. Yeah, so it's a 3R. I understand that, but if you don't know if that is really the trade, if you don't know if that is going to happen because you just don't know, then if you trill your stop with that, then your R2R, then you don't have your 180 points, right? It's going to be less. And if you're staying in and it's going to go up on you, you're going to be stopped out, most likely in profit, but your 3R becomes 1R. Yeah, trailing stop loss is it's different trading your stop loss, but knowing where your TP is it's two different things, right? You understand that. So if you know where your TP, and especially in volatile markets, you want to trail your stop loss. But I do that as well, and I have an issue sometimes with large moves that I move my stop loss too fast, and then I get stopped out in profit, but it's still. Okay, it's 11:23. I love AJ. I love that you're being so honest. I really appreciate that. It's really good that you're just being so honest about it. I'm in this current trade right now. It's 25,261, and that's just a random number for me. Yeah. Well, I do believe we're going low. I do believe we're going lower, but hey, listen, we just had a 420 point move in one candle. So at some point, especially when we're getting near lunch, we might go a little bit higher again to, rebalance out, because this is now a large inefficiency, right? We need to rebalance this a little bit. But look, we might not go very high, but you just don't know, right? But and we might just consolidate. We might not go back up. We might leave this large wick here for a long time. See, I like, in a way, this would be like a propulsion. So we could go just not further than halfway here and then go back down. But then again, I mean, it's still from 385 to 520-ish. It's a lot of money that you give back, right? Point is, you don't want to give back money. Let me put it this way. If I would have an AM session trade, and I want to be out at around 11:15 latest. So you see here 11:10. So my AM trade would be, especially when the move starts so early, you want to be out at around 11, because that most of the times, like in London, we have the high or the low between 2:30 and 4. The session high or low for the AM session is mostly set around 11 o'clock or 11:15. Now we still could go further down, but we might get some consolidation, or we might get a spike up to the upside, right? So around this time, you want to be done, especially if you've got a large portion of the move. You want to think, okay, I'm done for the AM session. Let me just reevaluate. Let's see what price action does. It's Friday. And then you can always re-enter a new trade, right? Instead of just being stressed and just being in a trade and not knowing if it's going to go, and you're in a trade. Suppose it's going to go consolidation now for a few hours. It's horrible. I mean, I've been through it. I don't like that anymore. So I just want to prefer to get out, take your money, and then you reassess. Like, okay, what's going to happen? How far? You can always re-enter, right? If it goes up, and when we enter, maybe in lunch or maybe in the PM session, and then you just take it back down for another run, and then you have a proper, risk reward again. You've reassessed. The moment you get out of a trade, you can also look at the market more clearly. You zoom out and you see, okay, what's going on. So because also you have to remember, right? It's TGI. It's Friday, so we could get a TGIF. What does that mean? The weekly candle can retrace back to the 20-30%. Now, if we go lower, we're going to extend the range, right? But what if we're going to go extend back into the 20-30% and we're going to consolidate here? That's just, I've seen that happen on Friday, so that's why I'm also mostly on Fridays is what you expect is going to happen. They always they F around, and they always manage to have new scenarios. And I'm like, okay, really? I didn't think of that scenario. And normally I'm pretty good at scenarios, but on Friday, they always manage to. Sometimes I may have it correct. I always have like one for the downside, one for the upside, one for the sideways. But for some reason, it's always different on Friday. Most of the time. So now I think we're going to go, but hey, that's what I'm saying. Most of the times on Friday, they don't do what I think, I guess. But if I look on the daily again, here we have a little gap still lower. And here, this little gap here. I like that gap here. But we're also at a 50% level of a premium wick. So let's see what it does right now. But hey, look at it. This is a large on the daily. And it looks to me like an immediate rebalance. So I wonder if we go up a lot. But on the other hand, it could just, hey, listen, weird things could happen. It could just spike all the way. I mean, I don't think so, but. Oh, Dolly. What are you doing? Okay, let's have a look at the 4-hour candle. My favorite. Okay, now what did we do? We rejected here. And we took out this imbalance here. And now we are reacting, right? On the 50% here. Now the question is, this is the dealing range. This is now the session range, right, of the AM session. Let's see where the OTE levels are. Okay, 374 has worked. Now the question is, what are we going to do? One, 1, 4. Yeah, I think we could go all the way back up to 439-ish. Let me see if that's weird trade. 439. 439. Or are we going to go all the way back up here? So look at gold. Okay, gold filled the gap as well. Exactly, it's just moving in the same way, right? It's just going lower, lower, lower. Taking out the low and the downside. Just doing the same old, same old. There's more room to the downside on gold as well. 6. Oh, Dolly. Hey Ronish, no, I'm not in a position. I did not take the short. I was too slow today in the afternoon, in the morning. I mean, I was looking at it and I was long biased first, and I was actually. Hey, what happened here? Did I miss that? Did I? I have this area here. I have this area for a long time already, and every time it doesn't go higher. But on the daily, I see what happened. But I was actually hoping that we would get in here, and I was too much looking at that area too long, and we went lower and lower. And I thought, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to manipulate? And I just didn't. I just, sometimes you just don't enter. I don't know. Sometimes it's just you're not on the ball as much as I had a lot of internet issues, and I'm not too focused as well. And then if I'm not focused, it doesn't matter if I'm paper trading or not. I just don't. I'm very careful then, and I just didn't feel like it, and I just missed the good entries all the time, and I just don't want to chase. There were good entries, to be honest. I mean, this was the opening range gap. Once I start go, we had a silver bullet right over here. And also one here, we activated, yeah, so this one here, we went through it. But this one is there was not really clear, for me, it wasn't too clear in the sense of, but you know what, at some point, it was going to take London low. So once you start running, you could stay in and take London low. And then this was a nice move the upside, and this was a perfect silver bullet. So yeah, I would definitely get out. But on the other hand, yeah, you don't know. It might go a little bit higher. Um, no, I'm just thinking maybe, I'm just wondering if we're going to get the TGIF now. So I'm just watching if this is the move, and then if it's going to be very low probability the rest of the day, because we're back in 20% now. But hey, I think we're going to take the low out again, to be honest. Well, this wasn't high resistance. This was beautiful. I mean, this was actually really nice. And you have beautiful, you know, this is just perfect price. To be honest, it's perfect price action. You got a beautiful retracement where you can re-enter and then you take another leg down. Now it's sort of like annoying, right? Because it doesn't know what it wants to. I think I'm gonna have something to eat, and if it's nice, I might come back later on. If we're gonna have continuation, I might do another stream. But I just wonder if we go back into how much we're gonna go into the range. If we stay below 30%, I would like it. That would be nice, but we'll see. Yeah, there's not much to do, but I think I'm gonna eat some pizza. I feel like having pizza. I'm in a bad mood food wise. I'll keep an eye on the stream, guys. What's going on? Oh, the monkeys are here. They're late. It's too late for them normally. This could be the high though for this wick, for this 1 hour candle. We might make another one here. Let's see. I wonder if this is going to be now a bearish order block. So if we go into this and then we go get another push down, or are we going to take out this high during the lunch macro, right? So let's see. Or we're just going to push lower. Hey, good night. You too, good night. Yeah, I'm going to eat some pizza. And if there's nothing, if it's interesting, we can another push down. I might do another stream just for the TGIF. I do like it. I do like this move. Was beautiful, to be honest. I mean, it's sort of annoying that I missed it, but I think it was a beautiful move. And in hindsight, it was pretty obvious. But everything is obvious in hindsight. But that's how you learn, right? Because look, this is like I think we can call this an immediate rebalance on the daily. Look at this wick here. Did we pay attention to this one? Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely, I think we're going to go lower. So we already are below the 50%. We'll see. But yeah, hey, for those who made money, take your money and run. It's Friday. It's the beginning of the year. Why is my, okay guys, I'm going to get some pizza and I will stop the stream. If there's interesting price action, I will definitely I will just start a new stream. Look what we did here. Equal highs on the 5, right? See that here? When did we create that? We created that at 11:35. Let's quickly. I want to make the weekly. Let's see. I just want to see something. Just want to see. Let's say we go 125. Let's create the weekly range. The weekly is here. I just want to see the TGIF levels in case we go here or here. Let me go to the daily. I want to see how much room there is to the downside. So in order to 241, and this is 1 standard deviation. We took 1 standard deviation on the other. Let's say 217. I think that's good enough for now. And then I can always readjust. 217. You're not going to change anymore. You're not going to go up. I'll have to do 217. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how far it goes. Obviously, the range will extend, right? Hey Ajar, yeah. Hey demo traders, happy New Year. Ajar, yeah. Well, thank you for your openness. I love that, and I'm happy that you have a green trade. Don't give any money back. I hate to see that. I don't want you to give any money back. Okay. You had a good trade, but yeah. So the 4 hour, obviously the 4 hour goes on till 2, right? So the monkeys they want to anticipate. You cannot come in, monkey. Naughty. Can you guys see? Yeah. Well, they probably will jump inside. They live here. Yeah. So the 4 hour, so if the range will extend, right? If we would take another low, obviously the 20%, 30% will go further down as well, right? For if it goes back up, right? You understand? But we'll have a look. I'll have a look while I make my pizza. Then we'll see if we have another range down. I do want to try to, even though it's a paper trade, I do want to try to catch a trade, either to the upside, either to the downside, or if it goes into the proportion block now, because this is a valid proportion block, or are we to disrespect this area? Is this going to become a bullish break, right? So this, I was looking like, okay, it will go up into the range. Where would that be? It's still below this area. If it just goes to 1% here, if it would just go here, right? Did I do? No, that's not correct. But I have to see. So now it's sort of hard to. Now it's just consolidating, right? So yeah, I'm going to warm up my pizza. Keep an eye on this, and if the market starts getting out of consolidation, we'll have a look. Maybe it's just off. Maybe it's the lunch, just 1 or 2 hours in the PM session, because I'm at home anyway. So then we'll see what the market does, and so I'll see you guys later, or not. Or I'll see you tomorrow during lunch or New York session, but maybe later today. Any questions before I leave you? Get my pizza. Oh, I feel like a pizza, guys. It's Friday, so I can eat unhealthy. Any questions? Comments? I'm happy that some of you guys took the trade, that you guys managed to take it short. Really well done for those who did. Really, really well done. No questions? Okay, then this girl is off to get some pizza. I'll see you guys later, or maybe tomorrow then, if I don't see you later today. Ciao, ciao. And don't give any money back.